AITAH. My mill almost died and I still cannot forgive her. My husband and I have been living together since 2022, when we found out I was pregnant with twins. Before that, we had a long-distance relationship because I was pursuing my master's degree on one side of the country while he was working with his parents in their company on the other side. I only met my in-laws after moving to their town to live with my husband. They were very excited about the twins and eager to help whenever I needed. The thing is, my husband's house is right above the company office, and when he was living alone, his parents had free access to his place. His mom managed the house, taking care of things like repairs and maintenance, and they also had lunch there every day because it was closer to the office. When I moved in, still pregnant, nothing changed. His mom continued to drop by the house unannounced, even on weekends, saying she was just dropping something off. When the twins were born, things got even worse. She insisted on being there every time the babies needed to be fed. They were bottle fed every time we had lunch, and she made multiple visits during the day to help with house chores. At first, I appreciated the help since I was recovering from a C-section and exhausted from the babies, but it soon became overwhelming. As a new mom, I needed time to adjust and figure things out my own way. I told my husband that I wasn't trying to be ungrateful, but I needed space. She was welcome to visit the babies, just not constantly. I also said I didn't want her doing chores in our house because she always complained about being tired. And rightly so, as she's an older woman. My husband insisted that this would hurt her feelings, and she only wanted to help out, and asked me to be more patient. Eventually, the twins started daycare, and I returned to work. Things improved somewhat, but his parents still had lunch at our house every day. After a while the conflicts returned and they finally started having lunch at their own house, just 7 minutes from the office. Our relationship improved after that, though I still feel hurt about some things she said. My husband holds his mom in high regard, and while he always backed me up in front of her, he was never strong enough to set the boundaries I needed. During the summer, the daycare closed for 2 weeks. Since I was new at my job, I didn't have time off, and my husband said he couldn't take leave either. My mom helped us during the first week but had to get back to work in her city, and for the second week, my best friend came to visit and offered to help with the kids. She was an absolute angel, waking up early every day to care for the twins and handling everything while we were at work. My best friend is truly the best. However, my mill kept showing up uninvited, bossing my friend around. My friend hates conflict, so she just vented to me, and we laughed it off like best friends do. On Friday, my friend's last day and my husband's birthday, I planned to take the afternoon off work so we could have lunch with his parents and then do something with his friends in the evening. But mid-morning, I got urgent messages from my friend asking me to call her. Worried it was about the kids, I called immediately. Here's what happened. My mill thought I'd taken the entire day off to stay with the kids. She spent the whole morning in the office, assuming I was home, and only went upstairs around noon. When she saw my friend there, she flipped out. She started screaming, claiming she was always the one taking care of the babies, and said we should have warned her. She assumed we were paying my friend and treated her very poorly. Then, she called my husband and yelled at him over the phone. We were supposed to have lunch together at 1 p.m. It was the most uncomfortable meal of my life. His parents were visibly upset and did nothing to ease the tension. I didn't want to ruin my husband's birthday or my last day with my friend, so after his parents left, we went to the beach and had a lovely time. The next day, I drove my friend to the bus station and apologized for my MIL's behavior. Afterward, I told my husband that I didn't want her in our house under any circumstances. If she wanted to see the babies, he could take them to her. He agreed. A week later, she had an accident while picking tangerines in her yard. She fell off a chair, dislocated a vertebra in her spine, and spent 3 months in the hospital. Thankfully, she's okay now, but it was a big scare. Everyone was so happy when she came home and wanted to celebrate. I don't mind bringing the kids to visit at her house and family dinners now and then, but I still don't want her in my house. My husband called me cold, accusing me of lacking compassion because his mom almost died. Not true. He said I should be more understanding of what his family has been through. I'm trying to move past everything, but I can't. What she did to me was bad enough, but the way she treated my friend, someone who went out of her way to help us, was unacceptable. I can't just let it go.